today we're going to be making some strawberry jam. Homemade strawberry jam. I've had my strawberries in the freezer for a little while because I ain't had time to get to them yet. Yesterday I made homemade orange jam. It is delicious. I did that video yesterday. So today I'm making some strawberry jam. So I don't know how much I've got in this bowl just yet, so I'm just going to do it according to the fixing of how many cups of strawberries and go from there. I'm going to do it one batch at a time so I don't get ahead of myself and everything turns out just right. I've got my jars right here. I've just got so many on my cookie sheet. These are the 1/2 pint, 8 ounce Anchor jars. They're perfect little jars for jams. And like I said earlier, body butters, salves, and balms. If you're an herbalist, they are perfect for those because you really want to use glass instead of plastic if at all possible, and these are perfect size jars for that. I make my son's salves or his balms with jars like this. So we're going to put them in the oven, and I'm going to heat them up 220 while I'm getting everything else worked up, and that way they'll be hot and sterilized. And like with my orange jam yesterday, I always leave a spoon. I don't close the oven lid all the way. I leave a spoon sticking out just so some of the heat can escape, because I don't want all the pressure of that heat on them jars, but I want just enough. I got my water bather right here, and it's already heating up. It's getting ready, so it'll be nice and hot because I'm using hot fruit, hot jars, hot water bather. You want everything around the same temperature. If you're going to use cold, make sure everything's cold and then slowly warm up. If you're going to use hot, make sure everything's hot. You don't want no cracks in your jars or anything like that. Alright, now these fixings calls for 5 cups of strawberries. So this is basically a 4.5 measuring cup. But I use this right here, and I put 5 cups of strawberries in there, and it's kind of heaping over. I made sure I had plenty. I've got a 1/4 cup of lemon juice in there, and then I got a pack of Sure Gel pectin, and there's 6 tablespoons in that little pack altogether. Now the sugar content is always high in these. I would like for them to be a lot less, truth be known. This fixing calls for 6 cups of sugar when you get down to it. I'm going to kind of lower that down a little bit and put 5.5 cups of sugar in mine. Still a lot, but you know, when you make a jam, it requires that much for everything to set and stay preserved. So I'll pour my sugar after I empty this measuring cup because I like to kind of reuse the same thing. So we're going to get our strawberries in our pot over yonder on the stove, and we're going to start warming them so they can start, you know, thawing out and getting soft. And then I'm going to take my immersion blender and I'm going to puree them because I like my strawberry jam to be smooth. If you like yours a little bit chunky, just don't puree it. Kind of smash it up and leave your chunks in there. It's a personal preference taste. Alright, we have got our strawberries pureed. And let me see. Nope, that does not do no better. So we've got them pureed, and now I've got them on like a medium-low heat. I use my immersion blender to get them that consistency. Okay, so now I'm going to. They smell wonderful. Go ahead and put the sugar in. The fixings call for 6 cups of sugar. This is 5 cups of whole strawberries. So we're going to put our mixture in. I'm actually putting, I know it's a lot of sugar, right? I'm actually putting 5 cups of sugar in here. And we got to get it well incorporated. There's that word again. I think I've heard that word way too much, you know, in my days. Let's get it just well mixed in there. Let's use some language we can all understand a lot better than all that them big daggum words. Y'all know what it means anyway. So yeah, that was 5 cups of whole strawberries, and that was 5 cups of sugar. Okay, we need to get that kind of mixed in there really, really well. And a whisk would probably be a fine idea about right now. So we're gonna mix this sugar in here and get it heated up so it can start dissolving. Then we're gonna pour in our lemon juice and then our pectin. Okay, it's basically like a strawberry syrup right now. Extremely sweet, I'm sure. But the lemon juice is gonna kind of offset that too. And the lemon juice adds acidity to it, so it can keep in your jars, and you don't have to worry about it going bad on you no time soon. So let's get this dissolved in here all at once, and I'll be right back. Alright, I had turned my burner up to medium high because I had it on medium low when I was letting my strawberries kind of thaw out. And oh wow, look how pretty that is. Golly, it just ain't nothing prettier than some strawberries in a pot. But I turned it up to medium high now so we can get this sugar on dissolving in here. It's starting to foam up some. You can drop you put your butter in there, like a little drop or two of butter in there whenever it starts foaming a whole lot, like towards the end. But I'm not, like I said, the foam don't bother me. I'm not worried about it because I still got to add my lemon juice and my pectin. And as far as like giving you a set time of how long to let this happen, you know, it's gonna vary for each individual. I've got it about the sugars, you know, it's not hard in there no more. It's like a syrup instead of like a thick mush. So it's actually about ready for the lemon juice. And I'm gonna put a 1/4 cup of lemon juice in here. Now I like to taste my stuff as I go along, so it's got a nice sweet taste to it. But it's got a really sweet taste to it. Like I said, I only put like 5.5 cups of sugar in it instead of 6. That extra sugar, man, it just kind of kicks you in the rear. But you have to be careful not to put too less in here, because you got to, you know, stick close to the fixings as much as you can. Adjust it though for your own self. So 5.5 cups of sugar in here instead of 6 for me. And that's about right. Okay, so there is your sugar in your strawberries. Now we're going to pour our lemon juice in there. 1/4 cup. Okay, let's mix that in there. Mix it in there real fine. And we're going to let that come kind of to like a boil. Let it get nice and hot. And then we're going to put our pectin in there. A box of Sure Deal pectin, 1 box, or either 6 tablespoons of pectin. Okay? That's what you want to put in here. Now there's a controversy going on. Folks that use pectin, folks that don't use pectin. That is your personal preference. If you want to know more about pectin or whatever, you got to look into it yourself. You know, just like everything else, you have to research for yourself. Don't expect everybody to hand you something, or, you know, feed you the truth when you ain't willing to go dig. You ain't gonna learn nothing if you don't go dig for yourself. That's in any kind of truth, worldly, secular, and especially scriptural truth. You have to dig for the truth. Don't take my word for it or nobody else's. Go dig for it. Alright, so I'm going to let this get to a boil, and then I'm going to put my pectin in it. Alright, we got a bowl coming. Y'all can see that. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my pectin right now, because everything's well mixed in. But you want to keep on stirring. You don't want the bottom of your pot to scorch. You don't want your jam to scorch. Okay, we're going to go ahead and dump our pectin in right now. See it moving there? Yeah. Alright. 6 tablespoons of pectin or 1 box of Sure pectin. Same thing. Alright, you want to stir that in there real well. And it will dissolve. Like I said, a whisk would be more beneficial for me right now. Because you can get all them little chunks on there. But it will dissolve. I mean, no doubt. Now once you get your pectin in there, you're going to want to let it come to a boil. Keep stirring it. And you want it to reach about 220 degrees. If you got your candy thermometer or one of those handheld thermometers, you know, you just kind of shoot the laser into the pot or whatever, let you know. So you want it about 220, or you could just test it. You could grab you like a spoonful, put it on a plate, you know, and whenever it's set, you can tell whenever it don't run off the plate and it kind of slowly moves along, kind of like a cow whenever it's moseying along. This is what takes the longest, is just making sure you get it all done right. Alright, well, I'm going to let this get at the right temperature, and then I'll come back when it's time to jar it up. To show y'all this, it comes to a rolling boil, you know, the constant boil, one you can't stir down. Keep on making sure you keep it stirred so nothing scorches on the bottom again. Oops. Alright, this is a rolling boil, and it's been boiling now for 10 minutes. I've done and checked the consistency on the plate. I like the way it's set, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this off. I got my jars up here ready, fixing to fill them. I'll stir this a little bit more because it's hot now. Time to start ladling. Kind of stir it with your ladle as you go too. You don't want to scorch the bottom. That is some kind of purdy. Look at that. Right, into the jar it goes. Stir with your ladle. Keep it moving. You don't want to scorch the bottom. Get about a 1/4 inch from the top. Right there. Okay. Move that one back, move that one over. Put your other glass jar there. Move that right there. Scoot it close so you don't be making a mess. And go for your next jar. Okay. Quarter inch. There we go. Now you remember you got your lids over here in some hot water, so they'll be keeping warm so you get a fine seal. I usually do these 3 at a time, and then I go ahead and put the lids and bands on them while they're hot. A little bit more. Okay. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and almost another one. The other one we'll just put in the refrigerator. My darling will love it anyway, so just grab a butter knife and debubble them real quick. Try not to make a mess. These are absolutely beautiful. Some kind of pretty, you know. I want to tap that jar too hard. You don't really want to make a mess with it either. I'm going to stick this knife over here in that one. Now I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to wet it with some hot water because I don't have any vinegar in the house. It's in the other farm kitchen. So I'm going to take care of that, and I'm going to put my bands and my lids on. You're going to grab your jar tool, because these are hot. You're going to take them and very easily put them down into your water bather. Don't let them fall. Put them in there gently. And when you put them in there, make sure they ain't wobbly, alright? You don't want them all wobbly. Two more. That's so pretty. The last one. And you want to process these for 10 minutes. Cover them. Crank up your burner. And wait till it comes to a rolling boil when you start processing for 10 minutes. That right there is some kind of pretty. You can put that on anything you want. Biscuits, homemade biscuits. Now I ain't talking about store-bought biscuits. I'm talking about homemade biscuits. Look at that. Now it's going to set up more than that, but it's at the right consistency for us. I'll bring you back whenever I got a rolling bowl. Alright, we got a rolling bowl. Put your lid on. Set your timer. 10 minutes. Start. When it comes back, it goes beeping for 10 minutes. Cut your timer off. Cut your burner off. Let it set for about another 5 minutes. And then you draw them out. Alright, I got them out of the canner. There's 5 pints so far. I've got more to do. But here's what they look like. They're a deep, beautiful red, kind of a burgundy color. And we're just going to let them sit there and let them seal. My jars from Anchor, they sealed perfectly yesterday. I can't remember how many of my orange jam. So these are really Tove jars or fine jars to use for your for your jams. So just enjoy making your strawberry jam. It's delicious. And this was a simple, kind of long video, I know, but I like to give you details so nobody kind of misses out on a step. Do your own research preference on different jams before you even make them. I just wanted to kind of help y'all out and show you what I do for ours. This is going to go in the cupboard along with everything else that Yahuwah has given us to preserve and to take care of our bodies. So until next time, Shalom from Hill'Top Hollar, y'all. Halal'YAHUAH.